that we are streaming. I'm gonna give it a second, make sure we actually are. Oh my goodness, we are! Ah! Hello! Hi, Cable 2. I'm Seth. This is my first time being on the channel, which is really exciting. I'm really excited to be here. In Draz's absence, as you all know, we are giving a bit of a loving tribute to coffee.sip. And, I was really racking my brain about what I was gonna rank and, what we were gonna do. And, it really, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, I know exactly what we are going to do today. So, what we are going to do is we will be ranking sound effects. So let me go to my pretty screen here. Give me a second to start up the fish tank, which is in 144p, the only good resolution when you're doing 14,000 things at once on your computer. And yet it is still buffering and looking like garbage, which, you know what? We're gonna live with it. So everybody's been doing, different scales of stuff. And so I've decided I'm going to do the most ridiculous and worst scale possible. Don't ask me what all this means, because we're gonna figure it out together. You know what? It's gonna be a bit of a journey, I think. Hold on, because my Photoshop. There it is. Okay. So we're kind of... Oop, I didn't mean to move that. We're taking a Venn diagram approach. And so we have... on one end of the scale, we have Lindy, which, if you've been around, you've got a good idea of what it might mean to be Lindy. We've got silly, we've got textured, we've got important, and then we've got jail. So, I feel like silly and Lindy, pretty self-explanatory. Textured, I'm talking about whether or not these sound effects are smooth. Are they bumpy? How's the audio? Is it crispy? Does it go down like a hot cup of coffee, like a good coffee.sip? Or could it use a little bit more work? Important, I was going to do iconic. Hello again, Arby. I was going to do iconic instead of important, but we just did iconic with Null's stream, so I want to make sure that we diversify a little bit. So we're going to talk about how important a sound effect might be. And then jail is for, we'll figure it out, Sometimes there are just certain sound effects that belong in jail. To start us off, I will be taking suggestions and stuff from you guys, but to start us off, I'm going to start us off with a little bit of a classic, and we're also going to test audio this way, so apologies if it's really loud. But for those of you who don't know, that's a compilation of the Wilhelm scream. I want a single Wilhelm scream. I guess this will work. The Wilhelm scream is just a very commonly used sound effect. I'll look at Roblox sound effects. That's used in a lot of movies, as you can see by this thing. So let me make sure audio is good while we listen to a bunch of Wilhelm screams.
Wilhelm! Yeah, I'll just fill my pipe.
So that's the Wilhelm scream. Now, look at this. You're getting the history lesson too, in this very poorly rendered video. But yes, the Wilhelm scream is that ah. So I would argue that it's definitely gonna fall somewhere in the scale of important, but I have not thought about where it might fall in the textured, Lindy, or silly area. I think it's pretty important, leaning towards silly. Maybe a little Lindy. I'm still working it out. You see, this is hard. I give Draza a lot of credit, but now I want to give her even more credit, because this is difficult to coordinate. I also don't have two monitors, so I'm flipping back and forth like a crazy person, and I'm also on the Mac squad with Mikeo, which has its pros and cons, and mostly cons. Difficulty equals... Yeah, it's not easy. I think I'm going to put the Wilhelm scream right here. I don't know what font I have picked. I think I just have. And that's the other fun part. So I'll do, hopefully a lot of these sound effects will have their own names, but if they don't, I'm going to do my best to, transpose them, like attempt to turn sounds into words. So yeah, I'd say the Wilhelm scream goes here. I like that it's close to silly, but not totally silly, and it is important because it's a cultural touchstone, but it also has a little bit of Lindy and a little bit of texturedness in the sense that, you know, it always has that same classic, ah, and I think that, again, important. So, okay, Roblox sound effects. Let's see what we can find. Wilhelm scream 10 hours. Would you want to listen to 10 hours of the Wilhelm scream? Because I don't think I would personally. Okay, can I get a definition of Lindy? I think Lindy is just like, and again, somebody who maybe is a little more proficient in Lindy than me. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Puddles. I'll get that. But like, Lindy's like cool, I think. If I understand Lindy correctly, which I might not. Definitely the people who I trust for my... Yeah, I was going to say, the people who I trust for my definitions of Lindy are Mike, Super Jazz, and Cursed Synth. I think they understand... Thank you. They understand Lindy the best. Yeah, exactly. Alright. I think... I will go back for more Roblox sound effects, but I think we're going to start with, of course, the classic. Ooh! And let me hit you with that one more time, and again, let me know how volume is. But let's just enjoy it one more time. Ooh! That, okay. I'm gonna just copy Roblox Death Sound Effect HD. That to me, I think, is very important. But I don't know if maybe it's more Lindy. Yeah, exactly, Mike. But, like, so we have to figure out, you know, like, again, it's important, but maybe does it belong in Lindy, textured, or silly first, and then kind of leaning more towards importance? That's, you know, that's the big question right now. What oof sound isn't too good? There's a whole thing? It's not just an oof when you die? When I played Roblox 100 years ago, I just remember the oof. And again, that oof is iconic. But I don't know. Alright, let's see what this is. Copy it and put it in my mini browser. Oh, well, that's 70 different sound effects now, numbers. We're doing, you know, this is a curation. I can't just say all Roblox sound effects fall in the same place. You know, I think that each sound effect has something very special to bring to the table. So I would like to just rank the oof first, and then perhaps go back if you've got any particular, like, Minifigfoot's one that you think is the best sound effect. We gotta get a little more granular here, in my humble opinion, as somebody who's sound designed a total of two theater shows. Maybe three. 4? 3. Let's stick with 3. I think it's silly. You know, it's like, you kind of get that, like, oh yeah, like, oof, that's gotta hurt. But I don't know, I think it could kind of start in silly and then work its way maybe a little more towards Lindy and important. I don't think it's very textured, you know? I think that what makes a dying sound in a lot of video games is, of course, the sound that the character makes. And I think that that's important, but, you know, there's also, when you fall to the ground, there's the thunk, and I think that kind of is what creates that texture. So I'm going to put... Oh, that's just the link. Hold on, I'll just... Roblox... Oof. Oh, I forgot, this is like a weird font, so, like, that's an uppercase O. So Roblox oof will go right here. Again, leaning a little more towards importance. Definitely Lindy, but we are not lost on the silliness of dying and going oof. The Inception horn. I know what that is, but I don't know what this is, so I need to, like, refresh myself on what the Inception horn sounds like. Oh, is it just the... Hold on. Well, here's 10 minutes of it. Oh, it's muted. Hold on. Oh! That's very good. I very appreciate how that's written out. I'm going to take that exactly to put it on my chart. All right. So I think that this has become culturally important, but I would say also it kind of loses its importance on me in the fact that, you didn't say Inception horn and I didn't immediately go, oh yes! But that could be my own, I don't know, predilections or my own understanding of that thing, I don't want to put how much I understand about the Inception on you. I don't remember what year Inception came out. Now I'm curious because I do remember. Hold on, I need a little bit of content. 2010. Okay, yeah. So I was age reveal. I was 11. So yeah, like I remember like being very well aware of Inception, but just the sheer concept of it scaring me so much that I had no interest in seeing the movie. So I guess like again, its importance is not lost on me, but it's not important in the iconic way that I think the Wilhelm scream is. I think it's pretty Lindy. And if, you know what, I also think, and, you can feel however you feel about this, I think it's very textured. I think of all the sounds, it's really got that deep, like, grrr, like, I think it's very textured. And I would definitely put that. Yeah, so I think, okay, I definitely think then it should fall probably here. So that is, like, the intersections specifically. Oh, that's a little silly, though. Is there an intersection of, I have not, like, worked with a Venn diagram. I need to find if there's an intersection of, no, there's not. If there's an intersection of Lindy and textured that doesn't touch. Well, here, Lindy, textured, and important. Oh, the Mario coin sound will be the next one I do, for sure. Okay, wait, let me put this in. And again, there's probably like a nicer way to do this, but once again, I am in awed and in debt to Draza for knowing how to size these things. And same with everybody else who has done these streams today. They've been such a lovely way to spend the weekend. And I appreciate you being here for mine. Okay, so we've got blah, and by the nature of it being so big, it does also, hit. Oh no, it doesn't hit silly. We're good. Yeah, but I mean, I think it can be used in a silly way, but I don't think that the sound is inherently silly. I think it can be used in silly situations. All right, now we're gonna do the Mario boing. This sound. There's something about this sound I don't even need to hear it. It makes me happy. And I was thinking of putting like a good or a happiness meter on here, but I wasn't sure. Okay, well here's just a. Oh wait, I should look up coin sound because to me it is just a boing. But let's see. And the other thing that'll tell me how important it is yep, I just looked up coin sound. I didn't even say Mario, and yet it knew. Also, did I say quat yet? I know, Michael, we were talking, and I told you I would say quat on my stream so you could hear how I say it. It's a thing with my AUs, like quat, often. That's how I say coffee. Oh, the cartoon running sound, absolutely. Thank you for reminding me of that. So, let's just. Iconic. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where does it fall? You see, this is also why I wanted to do this. I just wanted to sit here and listen to good sound effects, and I knew y'all would have good taste. I'm gonna make blah a little bigger. I think that it is the perfect intersection right here between Lindy and important. Because I'd say Mario's pretty Lindy. I remember hearing Mario being mentioned on Null's stream. I was setting up and listening to her stream. And I know that Mario was mentioned. I don't know if the conclusion was made that he is Lindy, but I am going to make the conclusion that he is Lindy. So, yeah. How are we looking so far? A little black and white, but I think that's okay. You know? Alright, we got 4. I don't know how long I've been going. I could probably look. Doesn't matter. We're just having fun. And I will make sure that, Draza gets... Oh, we've only been going for 15 minutes. Great. Okay. Alright, the cartoon running sound. We're gonna get a lot of work done today. I did look up cartoon running sound effect 10 hours, and I do want to note that the first result was 6 seconds long. I feel like I got played. Alright. Now that's a textured sound, if I've ever heard one. 1 million views. It's also important, but I definitely think, you know, the texture is so important in this particular sound. Is this the one? Well, I know, like, hooves were done. Fresh Flintstone, exactly. I know that hooves were done with, like, coconuts. Does anybody know off the top of their heads, like, how this sound was made? Beside from Fred Flintstone's feet. But yeah, very important, very textured. I'd also say a little bit silly. And maybe even a little bit Lindy. But let me see where important, textured. There it is. It'd be right there. Perfect. Metallic, maybe. Well, because I know some things are done with, like, a metallic sheet. I can't tell what items were involved. It just exists. Agreed. Oh, yeah, maybe. I will look that up. Well, let's see. Do we have any more sound effects right now? Because as you guys are brainstorming more sound effects, I can pull that up really fast. Bongos! That makes sense. That totally tracks that it's bongos. Oh, perfect. I have not been looking at, I accidentally wrote that too. I have not been looking at Discord chat, but I will look at that in just a second. Oh, ugh, how could we forget? How did I miss this? First of all, I apologize for missing this. Oh, that's good. Hi, Melissa. We'll do that one more time. Let y'all. That one sounds a little more coconutty. Maybe also bongo-y. I don't know, but I like it a lot. I have to listen again for texture. I don't think it's as textured as the running sound effect. I think, you know, you can see it's like, I want to put that actually a little more in texture, because I think that's what makes it so iconic is that texture that comes along with it. I think, and you could feel free to fight me on this, but I think the bonk deserves a spot in the coveted middle. Although I will say again, like, not as textured, so maybe a little more leaning towards... It's definitely Lindy. Hold on, come on. Cooperate. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say it's middle, but moving a little more away toward texture and more towards the intersections of silly and important. Perfect. And, you know, again, just iconic. Like, you know the bonk. Okay. Oh, an awooga. All right. Let me see what Melissa linked. I'll do an somebody can keep track. Okay. I'm going to do what Melissa linked, and then I'm going to do an awooga, and then I'm going to look at what numbers put in the Discord. Oh, a good one. If a 1 second video will load, that would be very cool. Okay, and another one for the record. It's good. It's good. The Pokemon Dilla Whoop. Give me a link for that one, Puddles. I'm not sure if I know that one off the top of my head or how to look it up because I don't think that those letters will make any. Okay. Boink. Let's talk about Boink. And much sillier than Bonk, if you ask me. I definitely think it needs to fall a little sillier. You know what? I think, and you could kind of, again, fight me on these things, but I think a Boink is just gonna be a silly with a little bigger, with maybe a touch of Lindy, but I think it's just mostly silly. Everybody loves a good silly Boink, and maybe that would make it important, but I think a 1 second sound effect in the grand scheme of things is probably not as important as something like a bwah or a Wilhelm scream or a Mario sound effect, which is 3 seconds long. So I'm not a hypocrite. And you can't prove anything. Okay, let's do an awooga. Which, okay, let's actually do this full sound as one thing. I know I said I wasn't gonna do multiple sound effects in once, but I think that this is, you know, in Roblox, when you sent me all of the Roblox sound effects, you're not making all the sounds at once. This is a solid scene, and we're just gonna watch it, and we're just gonna enjoy it. Hold on, I'm gonna make it bigger, so we can, like, it'll probably be a little laggy, because my computer's like, what the fuck are you trying to do right now? But I will make it bigger, so we can all enjoy. No copyright, no copyright.
Daddy, you better get the best for me. Hey, Daddy, won't I look swell in sables, clothes with Paris labels? Daddy,
is there more? Yeah, there's more.
Daddy, you better get the best for me. Hey, Pa, I want the B19 now. Daddy, don't be mean. You better get the best for me. Here's an amazing revelation with a bit of stimulation.
Okay, I think that's enough. And again, I don't know if that song is gonna get copyrighted, but I don't want there to be a copyright debacle in the literal first ever time that I'm doing a solo stream on Cable 2, because then it'll be the last time I'm doing a solo stream on Cable 2. I will be put into jail. But like, not really, hopefully. But you know, hold on, let me make this window smaller again. So many windows, so many things. You guys are so good at this. Well, if you're not, you're really good at hiding it. There we go. Okay. This entire thing, I think I can see exactly where I want it in my head. This entire kind of idea, it's right in the middle of silly, Lindy, and textured. And now you might say, is it gonna be important? It's gonna be a little important. But you know, it also, I can't good conscience acknowledge that, yeah, like, maybe it did some weird things about women in society, but probably those were gonna happen anyway. You know what? Let's see where it falls naturally, kind of, when I do this. Yeah, I think that works. Sure. Well, I don't know how Lindy it is to be weird about women. Hmm. I'm gonna make the decision that it's gonna fall right there. So it's a little less Lindy than it was when I just had it like that. I like there. It's good, I think. This is indecipherable, and I love it. Let me pull up what Numbers put in the Discord. Okay. Oh, these are all Roblox sounds. Cool. Okay. Well, if you know anything about me, and you might not, which is fair, I like swords. As a concept, in general, swords, pretty cool stuff going on there. This is the same video again. Hold on. Did you just, no, this is a different link. Why won't it copy? Give me a second. I'm cursed to forever watch the Awuga Humana video. Stop. Okay. I apologize. Oh, that was loud. Okay. Let's do that again. It's a good sword sound. I don't know how practical it is, but it's pretty good. It's loud. It was definitely loud and definitely textured. Yeah, you're right. It is not Lindy to be weird about women. I'm going to make some editorial decisions here and just kind of take it out of the Lindy zone entirely. And you know what? Maybe it can be a little more important, because while it maybe is not great about women, it's, you know, a cultural touchstone, and it shows that as a society, maybe not much, but we have grown, you know. There we go. But definitely, I think the texture of that is well, nah, it should be a little more silly than it is textured. Then, this is very hard. You know what? That seems fair. What does this mean? I don't know, but it seems fair to go right there. Anyway, Minecraft sword sound, very textured. I think that's, you know what? Not Minecraft, that was Roblox. Roblox sword sound, just textured, you know? I think it's good to kind of, you know, we're setting these boundaries. We have Awuga in the weirdest place that I could put it, and that makes no sense. And I still don't think I like where it is. It will probably move again, but I think we need to also start setting the boundaries for what is, you know, just inherently one thing. And that Roblox sword sound was inherently textured. Thank you for coming to visit. Much appreciated. All right, let me see what else we got. Yeah, everything on my computer is going very slow. The rocket sound. The Stanley Parable 8. Alright, what's this? Oh, is this? Okay, I think I remember what this is. Oh, I didn't mean to. I meant to copy the video, but I guess I just copied the name, which is fine. I can work with that. Why do I have a Kids React video in my... Okay. I don't know why I have a Kids React video in my recommendeds, and I don't know why I brought it up, because probably you wouldn't have seen it anyway, but I do need to make it clear that I was not watching Kids React videos in 2021. And if you don't believe me, that's your fault.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was...
Hold on, let me see if I can find a shorter clip. Oh yeah, why didn't I click on the 15-second clip? Hold on.
8. 8.
Ooh, that's good.
8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8.
Okay, I got it. So it's definitely, definitely silly and definitely textured. It's gonna go here. What did I just do? Hold on. I don't know why. Okay, that's fine. But I would argue it's not that important. Stanley Parable, good game, but you know. I'm also still taking recommendations and suggestions about, you know what? Wait, hold on. What the fuck am I doing? Sorry, can I curse on here? I think I can swear on here. Yeah, it's Cable 2, I can do whatever. No, I can't do whatever I want. Whatever. I realized that jail exists for a reason, and I forgot that I had made a jail one, and that's exactly where this is gonna go. But if I can't say fuck on Cable 2, just let me know, and I won't say fuck on Cable 2 anymore. Wait, I already have said fuck, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just remembered that jail exists, and it was... I basically made it for this sound without even knowing it. Oh, my computer is just... I'm not even scrolling right now. My computer has just decided to do some fun self-movement, I suppose. I don't fully know what's happening with this thing. Hold on. But yes, jail. Thank you, past Seth, haha, for creating a jail for me to specifically put this sound. And I wonder if any other sounds are gonna go to jail. Guess we're gonna find out. Okay, let's see. I'm glad that I naturally created a conclusion that I like. I do want to do... Okay, I'll do like one more Roblox one, and then I'm going to shift away from Roblox for a little bit. This is a rocket explosion sound from Roblox. That's a pretty good... I'll do that one again for posterity. It's a pretty good rocket sound. It's pretty good. I like that it comes in 2 beats. You know, like there's the initial like crrr, and then there's the like I like that it's separated, and I like that I did a perfect impression of it, and that there were no flaws in that. Yeah, let's do it one more time. It's definitely textured. I'm not sure if it's textured in a way I appreciate. It's a little low res, but you know, like, I'm not gonna judge particularly. Sonic running sound that goes tap tap tap. Okay, yep, and then another link from Melissa. Okay. This rocket sound... I don't think it's very Lindy. We haven't found a lot of Lindy sounds yet, but I'm feeling like we're gonna get there. But yeah, I think this rocket explosion sound, if my thing will zoom in. Let's see if I have to do this manually. Or I could just work from here. Whatever. You know what? Apply the... I forget what that transformation was, but... Okay. Sure. Alright. Hey, Photoshop? Hey, Photoshop, you wanna... Hey, Photoshop? Photoshop has frozen. Which is fun. And I like when it does that. It's my favorite thing that it does. Why? But why? Because every other tool is working, but it's not letting me add more text. Here we go. Okay. So the Roblox. Come on. You can do it. Everybody clap your hands for Photoshop. Come on. Oh, ooh, what? Okay. Let's see. Did you clap your hands? Because it worked. Roblox rocket. Okay. Sonic running. Sound effect. Ooh. That's satisfying. And very textured. And I think, you know what? You know, I was talking about the fact that we need like a good like Lindy kind of, I think Sonic running sound. Pretty Lindy. And a little bit silly. Well, no, it's realistic because that's how Sonic sounds when he runs, and I don't want to call Sonic and his great running skills silly. I'm one to talk. Okay, let's see what Melissa put in the chat. Oh. Ah-ha-ha. A sound some of us know quite well. I'll play that one again and confuse you all and make anybody who's actually just listening to this check our Discord. It's a good sound. You know, I grew up in the, you know, and you know, let's do this at the same time. Because I quote unquote grew up on the internet with this sound. And I think that the Discord sound is highly, highly improved. Yeah, like I grew up with that kind of the dinky, a little more high pitched, like and I like the more bassy, like boop boop. Like it's the same kind of idea and the same kind of structure of those two quick notes, one after the other. But we'll rank them both. But definitely, I'd say, yeah. So I think that the Discord notification sound is definitely Lindy and important. That a little smaller. I'll clean this up off stream. The most important thing, of course, is getting all this ranked. And then is that Lindy and important, or did I accidentally make it? Yeah, Lindy and important. And then I'd say that you know, I can't deny the importance of the Skype sound because, you know, like again, that kind of two-note structure remained into the Discord sound, but I definitely think it is not very Lindy. So the Skype message sound is textured in a way that I don't particularly appreciate, but is definitely notable and important. Melissa, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, exactly. The Skype sound has like a nostalgia and a cultural importance that cannot be, you know, forgotten or dissed in any way. Here's the Dillo. Oh yeah, here, let me listen to this. I actually, before I'm even hearing this, I think I know what this is. As this is loading. Oh, no, that is not what I expected it to be at all. I've never heard that before. I've played Pokemon Y. I'm aware of Pokemon generally, but I've never heard this sound before. I'm gonna listen to it again. It's a good sound, and I can see it being very important. You know, like Pokemon, as I think we were even talking about last stream, like, Pokemon has a very specific importance when it comes to certain people's childhoods, and, you know, it's a rare sound, but it's a good one. And I'd say it's pretty Lindy. It's also got a certain texture to it. You know, it's got a smoothness that I wouldn't inherently expect for the era in which it came out. Perhaps, I mean, the particular sound you sent could have been like from a newer generation of Pokemon, but even still, you know, when I think of early Pokemon sounds, I think a lot of those like crunchy, like, and that one's a little smoother, a little more, I don't know, I was gonna say dainty on the palate, but that's not a thing that people say. But I guess it is a thing that I said. So, whatever, I guess. And it is a little silly, but I think that, again, I don't want to talk about, you know, I'm going to put it in right there by the Skype message sound, because again, you know, this is like the kind of nostalgia area, I'd say. You know, these sounds that are kind of made crunchy and texturous by, what did I even say? I can't even remember. Daintily on the palate. But yeah, like, I think, you know, there's a certain texture that comes from older sounds, but then there's also a specific kind of level of importance that comes from nostalgic sounds. And, you know, I love talking about this kind of thing, because I'm not a big music person, which tends to surprise people because I'm, like, a big sound person, but I enjoy music. I just don't listen to it quite very much, but I like discussing sound in this way, however silly it might be. But yeah, we need to fill out, and, you know, send me sound specifically for this. We need to fill out the importance sphere a little more. We need to fill out that real silly sphere. So send me your silly stuff. Specifically. I mean, I will happily take whatever you are willing to submit to slurp.mp3. But specifically right now, let's try to fill out the silly and important. And I'm actually gonna, yeah, I think Wilhelm Scream is good where it is, but I'm trying to think myself of sounds that I think are silly or important. Oh, I know one. Let's see if I can get it from searching it. But if you know what I'm going for, and if not, I'll just perform it. Bye, Puddles. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be finishing up relatively soon. Once we get a couple more down, I will pass it off to RBA. We'll see what their schedule is, make sure that it's all good for them. But thank you for coming. Much appreciated. But I'm going for... is it this one? It's not that one, and I'm so sorry. That was so loud. I'm just going to perform it. So you get an exclusive performance here of me doing the sound that I'm thinking of. And it's the sound that goes, wow, wow. You know? Well, that's the Inception sound has just come up again, which might maybe say something about how important it is. Perhaps I underestimated its importance, seeing that it does keep coming up. Let me see if I can find it, because this sound is important to me, and I want to make sure that it's still like. There she is. There she is. That is the sound. I think that's quite silly. I think that boats don't actually sound like that. Could I be wrong? Absolutely I could be wrong. I've heard boats. I've been around boats. Still could be wrong. And very happy to admit that I could be wrong. But I still think, even if that is the sound that boats make, damn, that's silly. So we will put that in silly. Let's see what else we got. This has been a lot of fun. I thought that somebody sent a link in the chat, but it is a link to the Cable 2 merch store. I mean, I knew I was going to enjoy this, but I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would, and I hope you are as well. Let's see. This is another one from Numbers. It's the Gravity Coil from Roblox. That's a good one. We already did a boing, though. So I don't know how much, like, more I could say about a good springy boing sound that I haven't already said. But it's good. I don't want to seem as though I'm insulting it by not putting it on my chart. It's still a good sound. It just, I think that, you know, in a way it's already covered, by what we have so far. Oh, what else? Let me just look up, like, famous sound effects and see what happens. Well, these are the top 10 sound effects. Which I think, you know, that's a lot to kind of to put on somebody. You can see, like, oh, is there discussion? Why is this video 4 minutes long? But, like, you know, I enjoy sound. I enjoy talking about sound. I very much enjoy
Sound
this
effects
whole
are an incredible
process.
tool if you want to add realism,
Shut up.
cohesion, and humor to your creative projects.
Why won't it stop? Okay, there we go. That's what I say every day when I wake up. But in reality, I totally just lost everything. Okay. Gotta recenter myself. I think that it is presumptuous for an individual to pick the top 10 sound effects. I think they can pick their personal top 10, but I think that choosing 10 sound effects and saying they are the best is a lot. And also making a 4-minute video about it that I'm not going to watch on stream is a lot. And this also is a subscription service to something that I don't want to buy. Here we go. Let's see what this blogger... Okay, I can already see that this blogger here has some good takes, and I'm here for it. And this stream will actually be forced to end relatively soon because it seems as though my computer has stopped charging, which happens a decent amount of time, but this time it's just dying slowly, and when it hits, it's at like 17%, and it goes very fast, and once it hits about 5, yeah, I'm a goner. Okay, the Wilhelm screen we already have on here. I don't know what the Howie scream is, but I'm done listening to screams. I've decided that I'm done listening to screams for today. See, okay, so how did we write it? We wrote it not... They're writing it as Bram, but we wrote it as... Blah. And I like the way that we wrote it better, personally. I don't know, maybe if Bram is more accurate, but either way, you know, I like what we have done, you know? Okay, I don't know this one at all. It's called Winding Down. This is just the full Spider-Man 2 trailer? What is this? Oh. Oh, I see.
Now!
It's like the... But I wouldn't really call that a sound effect because, sure, the wham for the Inception isn't explicitly a sound effect of something. I think just the concept of something going isn't inherently a sound effect. I think it's more of a score choice. But, like, whereas the whamp is meant to, like, underscore greater events that are occurring. Alright. We need to decide. And you know what? I think I will be happy to leave this be if we can decide what the most important sound is. What is the most important sound? Is it the Wilhelm scream? But the Wilhelm scream is pretty Lindy. I don't know. You know what? I think I like this staying how it is. Because when you get down to it, the most important sound is the friends that we made along the way. And that's how I'm going to end my stream block. because because that's how I'm gonna do it. Thank you so much for coming to my first stream. I hope you enjoyed ranking sound effects. Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe not in this format, but I like listening to sound effects. And yeah, thank you so much for coming. And stay tuned, because I believe that Arby will be joining the SIP block very soon. So, goodbye!